Hi everyone, my name is Paul Scalzo, and today I'm here to introduce my friend of 30 years, Bruce Tuomala, who is running for first selectman in Roxbury. Bruce, welcome.
Hi, Paul.
How you doing?
Well, thanks.
So, as usual, Bruce, most people that don't know you should know that my brother and I, Peter, he is absolutely hilarious. I think it's your Scandinavian background, isn't it?
Well, Paul, I walk through life and I kind of look around and I tell myself things that make me laugh for my own entertainment, my own amusement. And then every so often I run into my friends and I share it with them. But I could probably be relatively successful stand-up except for the delivery because I'm, of course, Scandinavian.
No, is that what it is?
That's what,
no, I think you could.
Happens.
I love the sarcasm.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
I just enjoy thinking about stuff and telling myself things that I can't tell most people.
Right.
So
let me ask you the first question. Why are you doing this?
So Barbara Henry's retiring, and it's a hard act to follow. She's done great for a long time, her and her fellow selectmen. But when I heard that she was leaving, I thought that'd be actually great opportunity for me. You need to have some business background. You need to have some municipal. You need a lot of connections. I got all those things. So started talking to her about it and made a decision a few months ago to put my hat in the ring.
So I guess I should get into your background, but I'm just going to say a few things. I've known you for 30 years, I said before. When you were EDC director in Danbury, I got to see what you really did, how you went out and you met everybody, which I thought was awesome. And you did such a great job there. I think you're very well suited for this, but why don't you give everybody your background?
Well, I appreciate that, Paul. So I learned really early in the government, you got to have a business background. I mean, government should be run like a business. Roxbury, small town, but the job has become a lot more sophisticated. So in that whole, process of trying to figure out, should I do this? I mean, I have an extensive business background. I was a corporate guy for half my career. I did, global sales. I was a strategy consultant. I had my own business for a long time, and so that in itself was a great foundation. But then the other thing is I do have municipal experience. I spent, as you said, time in Danbury. Probably the best thing that came out of that is I went out and just met people all over the place. Anytime there was an event, all over the state, they invited me. So I built up a huge Rolodex, and it turns out, in a place like Roxbury, that's really, really important now because of all the things that are going on in the state.
Well, I mean, when you were in Danbury, and I've been in Danbury 30 years, I couldn't believe how many people you met. I mean, it's like you knew everybody. So I'll ask you the question, do relationships matter?
It's critical. I mean, I think anything that you really want to have success with, it comes down to relationships. And it's not just even trying to build teams. And, I do a lot in my consulting practice. I advise people on, leadership, management, all the things you need in this role. But you can resolve a conflict. For example, if you have a friendship, you can overcome disagreements. You can, compromise. All the things that go into negotiation in especially in a town where there's a lot of people with a lot of opinions as to what they want to see.
Yeah, and I took a negotiating class a couple of years ago. It was kind of interesting. But one of the things they said when you negotiate is if you can add humor and keep it at that level, you'll go a long way. And that's certainly something that you can do.
Completely.
I mean, I think it's great. So I know your family, and I got to ask this question too. So you married up. Obviously, you married Elizabeth, whom I know.
Right.
And I haven't asked you, what does she think you getting into this situation?
So she's been great about it. I mean, we both love the town. And so, like a lot of people, in fact, most people I think in town don't want to see any change at all. And I've got the ability to make that happen. So she was completely supportive of it. She hasn't been that thrilled. Retail, small town politics hasn't been all pleasant. So she's kind of adjusting to that a little bit. But that goes with the territory. Yeah,
politics aren't like they were 30 years ago. Let's face it.
It's different.
So,
it's sure
but
different.
your wife, I bet, can handle it better than you can, Elizabeth.
It's probably good that she's not running.
Yeah, no, she can handle it well. So let's talk about that. What are the issues in Roxbury that you think are going to come up? What's there? What needs to happen?
So really, Paul, there's just two. One is, I think nobody wants it to change, and Elizabeth and I are completely in that boat. And Barbara did some great things, bought some land around the center of town to preserve the historic character, keep taxes low, fix the roads and bridges, support the schools and all the other assets we have, senior center, library. So I think I've said often that people came to Roxbury for a reason, or if they were from Roxbury, they've never left, and people just want to change. So you really have a responsibility to do that, and I think almost anybody that would be running would say that. I think that the new thing, the differentiator now is I've become aware in the last year or so what really is going on in Hartford and what they're trying to do, and it's a proactive effort to try to take control of local zoning and land use regulations in these small towns.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of different forces behind it, but in our case, the real threat is the state government, the leadership, and the legislature. Yeah. And they're trying to do a lot of things to influence us.
So I got one last question for you. I know that you do a great job. You're very well suited for this position.
Thanks.
So my question is, and I'm going to give you a scale, 1 out of 10, how excited are you to run for this?
Could I say it depends on the day? 10, Paul. I mean, really, it's got to be.
Yeah, you got to be all in.
You got to be running for office. I mean, I had no idea, and so I'm enjoying it. But I feel like getting there, it'll be really fulfilling, and then actually doing the job's going to be great for me.
So, so this is great. So I'm glad you said that, 10. So just for practice, can I throw some insults at you right now? And then you can. You're too tall. You're way too tall to be first selectman. Okay. Let me think of another one.
My favorite is you're tall and handsome. You don't even have to say anything.
Oh, see.
Thanks.
Okay. Well, no, your wife is too pretty. There you go. Anyhow, this has been Bruce Tuomala running for first selectman. Really excited to be able to do this for Bruce. Known him 30 years. He'll be great. Thank you for watching.
Thanks, Paul.